All right, I'm Caleb Casa, part of the Minnesota High School Football Network. Along with me today are a couple of leaders from the Edina Hornets squad. I'll let them introduce themselves.
I'm Mason West. I'm a junior quarterback. I'm number 9 at Edina High School.
I'm Meyer Swinney. I'm number 5. I'm a senior wide receiver at Edina High School.
All right, let's hop in. Let's just start talking about some of the stats. Mason, 75% completion percentage, 1,227 yards, 18 touchdowns, 1 pick. I think you have a rushing touchdown as well. So technically 19 touchdowns. If you like to, you're not a big rusher, but I'll still give you credit for that. And then, half of them are to your guy. You got 616 yards of those, 1,227, which is quite a lot in terms of like a ratio. I would say the best quarterback to receiver connection. Now, what makes you guys so special?
Yeah, I'd say just early morning summer workouts, just trying to get our chemistry in the summer. And just at practice, we're tough on each other just because we want to be the best and achieve our highest potential and just try to win games.
Yeah, I just think it's like Mason said, building off what he said, just like all the time during the off season spent together, just building that chemistry after school, before school, or anytime during the day, just building that chemistry and getting as many reps in as possible. It just makes the difference.
Yeah. So with Meyer, you're a senior, and Mason, you're a junior. When did you guys first, probably going throughout middle school, you probably didn't throw the ball to each other? Maybe freshman year you didn't. When was the first time that you guys started throwing with each other?
I think maybe freshman year we probably threw it around for a little bit, but then sophomore year, going into sophomore year, we started to go to the field more and get the chemistry going a little bit more. But probably freshman year we started to talk and become better friends and throw a little bit more.
Yeah. So you guys are off to a good start to the season, 4-1. You beat Egan, which I didn't think was really that big of a win. That was week 1. We only were aware of last season, and Egan wasn't very good last season, but they are a good team, and they showed it through 5 games. Eden Prairie was hyped up as one of the best games of the season. You guys ended up dominating that one pretty easily. And then the Minnetonka game was your only loss of the season. I kind of want to dig into that. I know you guys probably don't want to, but I just want to get from your perspective, because how I think of it, if I was there doing it, recording for highlights, and I think it was halftime, you guys were up by 21. I think it was 28-7 or something like that. And it's man, this Edina team is no joke, and I did not see them coming back at all. And I just from the outside perspective of just watching it, it seems like it was more of Edina losing it than Minnetonka winning it, if that makes sense. So just a couple errors. It was like a pooch kick, and just something crazy like that happens to swing the game. And then I think on offense there was a 1-play driver, a fumble on the first play, and you guys really couldn't get the offense going. That's how I view it from the outside perspective. What were you guys' thoughts on how that one shook out?
I think it was sort of the same thing as what you're saying. I think we kind of lost it. I think we kind of threw it away ourselves. I think it was just mistakes that built onto other mistakes.
Yeah, I'd say we kind of just lost the momentum after a couple turnovers, and that kind of killed us.
Yeah, it's still an early game in this season, so I think, we'll see what happens.
Well, what was the message? Do you think you guys got the word complacency comes up a lot of you guys were up 21 at half and you kind of thought you had them. Did you feel the gas pedal slow up, or was it just a couple wild plays that kind of happened to turn that game over?
I think it was just a couple wild plays, and then I think we just needed to start getting it into the end zone and finishing drives. We needed to work on finishing drives in the later area of the game. I think that was one of the biggest problems. We could get into the red zone, but then we wouldn't finish the drive.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like we definitely could have took control over that game. We just kind of let 'em back into it.
Yeah, it felt like the offense could not get in a rhythm in the second half just because you guys weren't on the field consistently. And even then, I still think you guys had your opportunities to put it away, just didn't happen that night. I think Strader had Mason. You threw a deep one. I don't know what drive that was, but he had a chance in it. I think it was a nice defensive play, but just like the chances were there, but just not able to capitalize. And I think like, if I had to pick if you guys matched up again, I would lean towards picking you guys, even though I think it would be a really close game, and who knows who would win. But I think I want to see that matchup again. So fingers crossed that we get to see you two play in the playoffs. But then after that, you guys beat Wyzetta, which again is a pretty good team. Prior Lake is 1-4, but they've had a lot of close games this season. Leading up to your game this week against Shakopee, what are your guys' initial thoughts on Shakopee as an opponent this Friday?
Yeah, I'd say after watching film, they have a good defense and a good offense, and watching them versus like Minnetonka and Wayzata, they're a good like power team, and I'm excited to play.
Yeah, I think the same. It should be a fun game. We'll just see what happens. Go out there and have fun. It'll be a fun game. I think they're a good team. They got a good defense. They got a good offense. But I guess we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, so they're a heavy run team, like as far as offensive. I know you guys are mostly your offensive players, but what are you seeing from their defense that you can hopefully take advantage of?
Um, they got like 5 DBs a lot, so we're gonna try to do whatever we can. Maybe run the ball, and we'll see what happens.
Is
Yeah,
coach
I'd just say I just say
play
just try to
caller,
do
or
a
is he just
mixture
a
of
head
running
coach?
and throwing. Sorry, what did you say?
Is Coach Potts, he's your head coach? Is he the play caller, or is he uh is your OC call the plays?
We kind of have like a mixture. There's like a mixture of like 3 people calling plays.
Yeah.
Okay. And then like as far as what I can tell from like the outside perspective, it's a lot of like RPO type stuff where Mason, you're kind of getting in, reading it post snap, and it can be a run or a pass depending on what the defense gives you for a look.
Yeah. hmm Yeah, we do a
Cool.
lot of RPO and run and just yeah.
Have you gotten? I'm sure you've gotten used to it, but when was your like introduction to a heavy RPO? You hear the word RPO a lot now, and I think it can get used out of context. Like some people
hmm
call it RPOs that aren't really RPOs. They're just like a read option without a pass. There's different kind of RPOs where I think you guys run them where Meyer, you're maybe running a bubble or one of your receivers is running a bubble, and that's kind of like a pre-decision. But like the post snap, which I think you are really good at, and you guys run a lot as an offense. Just what is it like to do that and kind of try to perfect it?
I'd say it's like super helpful to our team to have RPO and just even in practice, like practicing it really helps for the game because you can kind of confuse defenses really well, and it's a really good play for us.
Meyer, do you like being a part of an offense that, I mean, this offense likes to throw the rock, and you guys got the personnel, you guys got the weapons to throw it. How glad are you that you're not in one of these wing T offenses?
I'm like truly blessed that I'm not in one of the wing T offenses because I don't really see too much like production out of receivers throughout that. And like I've been in Edina my whole life, so we used to run heavy power offense till Coach Potts came in here. So it's kind of just like I would say like luck, I guess, but it's also what Edina wanted to do with the football program and the way they wanted to head. And I think like the RPOs are like super helpful in being in like a pass heavy offense, but you also have to be able to run the ball. And I think we do a good job at that. I think our O line is one of the most underrated groups in the state, definitely. And like, because you got to be able to run the ball to pass the ball. Because if we can't run the ball, they'll just stack all the DBs outside and play cover 5, play cover 4. If you can't pass the ball, then they'll just stack the box. So yeah, all those RPOs are super helpful, and like getting into, I think it's all like determined by reps and just how many times you can do that in practice and how much rhythm you can get into, because it really matters when it comes down to those few snaps in the game where you really have to focus.
Yeah. So it sounds like Coach Potts took over in 2020. Is that right? You guys are
Yeah.
probably where does
Yeah,
that make you?
His first year
Freshman
was
or
COVID, I think.
it was
yeah.
my brother's senior year, so it was COVID.
What was kind of like the perception of him uh coming in, and then what is it kind of like fulfilled over his time at Edina so far?
I think it was like they were super excited for him to come in. I mean, he was a great coach at Armstrong. You know, he did very good things there. So I think we were kind of excited, you know, and excited to run this new spread offense. But we knew it was going to take time to implement in the kids' heads, because you know Edina was power football, and then they built a long tradition on that Latin program, and then you got to go to spread offense and teach kids new techniques and all this stuff, have more wide receivers, have more weapons on the outside. So I think it was kind of like both ways, but I think most people were definitely very excited to have him. And now everybody loves him. Everybody loves the football program. The success of the football program has skyrocketed. So like, you know, he's a household name around here.
Mason, you got anything on Coach Potts?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I've known him since my freshman year, and he's always helped me. I mean, I played JV my freshman year, and he always came to the games, helped me. He's just a really good dude. I'm really thankful to have him as our coach.
Yeah. Let's get into teammate shoutouts. We only had 2 of you on, but I know on the offense there's more people to talk to than just you two. And you know, you guys are primarily known for the offense, but there's also a defense too. Just you guys go ahead and give a shout out to one or a couple people on your team that you kind of want to highlight.
Defense or offense?
Don't matter.
I would definitely like to highlight like the whole offensive line. Because I don't think they don't get enough credit. You know, Charlie Twistle, Stephen Bunce, Ryan Zetner, Eric Stanfield, Gage Holmberg, and then definitely Trillian Sorrell. That's like one of my best friends. That's my guy. Jabari Strader. All those guys are my dogs. You know, I think we have a really close group as a wide receiver unit, and we do a lot of things together. So, you know.
Yeah, I'd say one of my close buddies, Alex White, shout out him. He plays both sides of the ball on punt returner, kick returner, and on the defensive side, Liam Holmberg, Evan Gildner, and Sorge Zerski. They've just been dogs all year and helped us a lot.
Yeah, and then the running game, you know, we got Chase Bjorgard. He's just an animal, workhorse, never complains. You know, give him the ball 30 times, he won't complain. Give him the ball 2 times, he won't complain. But he's gonna get his. You know what I mean?
Right. Another taste that you guys probably don't want to relive. Let's go back to last year's state championship. You guys lost a heartbreaker. What is that? Not many people have been there. So describe the feeling of that happening, and then kind of just like the process of having that happen, and then going through an off season and going through this season, kind of having the expectation and really like the motivation to get back there.
Yeah, I'd say after like going through like the whole season, because we started last season off like 1-3, and then we kind of got on a roll, and then we played really good Eden Prairie in the state semifinal game. It was a crazy like atmosphere, and I'd just say like knowing like having like people who were on the team last year kind of helped build like a good chemistry and a good group this year to build into a good season. So I think that really helped like having some experienced guys who played in the bank last year. So it really helped this year.
Meyer, you want to touch on that?
Yeah. I think, you know, like going into the season last year, like nobody thought that we were gonna go to the bank or anything like that, like outsiders at least. But after that
It's
one
hard to
and three,
believe.
after that 1-3 start, I think nobody believed in us like the outsiders, and we kind of kicked it off, like Mason said. You know, we go to the state championship. It's like our first time in 40 years even going to state or going to state championship. And, you know, I just think a lot of the team thought maybe it was now or never that we needed to win. But at that moment when we lost, I kind of felt like we're just going to have to go get it next year. You know what I mean? We're going to have to, it's already happened. So you can't change what's in the past. We're just going to have to go get it and go harder next year. You know what I mean? Go 10
Right.
times harder and practice every day next year. Make sure that doesn't happen on the last play.
You guys talked about this point last year where people, outsiders, counted you out. You said 1-3. What was the what happened to turn you guys around? And it's whatever happened continued up until this year, and it kind of got Edina back on the map.
I think we just.
Oh, you got it.
You got it.
All right. I'd say like the Prior Lake game, we were rolling that game, and then we had like a 2-hour break, and I feel like our teammates kind of just like bonded and kind of found like a mojo inside of us, and we just played well that game. We kind of brought that into like practice, and we started to practice well, and everything just started to like just be better all around, even just like team meals and everything. So we just started to bring that into practice, into the games, and then we brought it into summer and now into the season.
Meyer, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think like some people just were, you know, maybe like it was their first time playing varsity football. They're scared to play. They're like scared to mess up. So I think a lot of the guys just learned how to play in a varsity environment and like learned how to just play and be yourself while you're playing, you know, and just have fun with the game rather than being scared to mess up all the time. You go make plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, impressive. Well, I'll leave you guys with one more thing before I let you guys go. And this is open-ended. This is kind of my fun. Actually, two more things. First one is, how do you guys get back there, right? Get back to that point and then capitalize on that.
I think we just do the, you know, we figured out the blueprint sort of, you could say, but I think we just gotta work harder than we did last year. You know, work 10 times harder to make sure it's certain that we win this year, and that we know we're not going to lose when we go into that game confident that we're going to win and we're not going to lose on the last play of the game, even if it's a dogfight.
Yeah, I'd just say just have like a purpose with everything we're doing. Even that's like how you recover, how well you take care of your body, and just like practice and games. Just give it everything you got and just buy into what the coaches are saying.
Cool. All right. Last thing before I let you guys go, just give us a peek into what's going to go on after high school in your careers. Mason, I know you're a junior, but you know, give the public a little insight on what's going on. I don't know who wants to start.
You got it.
I don't really know yet. I play hockey too, so I'm just trying to play both as long as I can. And
Just
and
not
then,
worrying about it.
yeah, hopefully make a decision one of these days. But yeah, I'm just trying to develop the best and have fun, finish my high school career.
Yeah. You know, I wasn't too worried about like recruiting that much when I was going through it. I was worried about just playing for my team, you know, just playing for the, you know, my brothers on the team. So, but I'll be going to play at University of California with my brother, and I'll be leaving like after the season, like early enroll type of thing. So I'll do
Thank
that.
you guys for taking the time tonight. I know it's
That's
pretty
good.
late, but I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank
No problem.
you.
Thank you for having us. Means a lot.